Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful morning outside so far with the sun shining, blue skies behind, but I can see some grey clouds in the distance. It's a beautiful day though, regardless of what the weather is. We're here, new, fresh, another day of possibilities. I'm Ros Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. So let's go over to the cards. I do notice that my camera's wavering in and out. Weird, isn't it? Let's go over to the cards with our psychic senses alert and our connections with spirit. Connecting. Here we go. Here we go. Right, I'm not too close into them this time from the look of it. Gilded Breviary Lenormand deck by Ciro Marchetti. At the top, the expanded edition. Gorgeous deck of cards with the way the artwork is so, I don't know, it's just so detailed, it's so fantastical, it's so perfect, it's beautiful. Love them. What we have is the house in the central space today. We've had it hanging around for a while, so I think the trend is to really feel at home in whatever we do. That's the overall space, that theme for the day. We've got the anchor in the home space and the snake in the workspace, and here we have the hour card. The owl card. I need to speak more clearly. Just because it's not what you were expecting doesn't mean it's not everything that you've been waiting for. So let's see if that focuses properly. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? A gorgeous card. Let's zoom in so that we can see the cards more clearly. The three that we're most involved with our readings. And a very weird blue look to it this morning. And yet the cloth that these are sitting on are actually, it is a deeper purple. Purple. I mean, yes, absolutely. And, we have an Instagram user who has put in their comment. So good morning to you. And that is Mystic Divine. Lovely. How are you? And I hope you're healing well. Hope you are healing really well. So there we go. And to any others who are out there, you don't have to comment, no pressure at all, but it's lovely to see them. Now we're going to start from that central card because it is the overall theme for our day today, and that house, the home, in its very weird lighting with what's coming through the window. It's paled off, but be it known, this is a beautiful, vibrant card with that gorgeous welcoming pathway to the front door. So to me, it's actually speaking of the readiness of hospitality, that sense of loving energy that's inviting people in, that's going to attract them to the who you are with your home, as in being the body home, that spirit home, that you embody in this, that who you are, okay, as well as what is your physical home space, and enjoying that you do enjoy in that home space, even sometimes that hard work that goes into it, because with this gorgeous garden and everything else that's the possibilities on the outside, we wonder what is the inside, how warm and secure and welcoming that's going to be, to have that beautiful friendship cuppa, all of that possibility that we've got there as we move towards that door and knock on it and be invited in. So I think it's actually showing for us from Spirit that the readiness to invite and also to be invited in and visit others as well in their times and space, their places and spaces, and the time to do it is today. That's what I'm getting from this card. Okay. And we've got a good morning from Fiona Gurley as well. So here we are, and a welcome to everyone as well from all around the globe to be here and present and hearing what Spirit does share with us in this world. I just realised that was holding some of that space to not, so that we can, now we can see a little more clearly on the screen. Oopsie, I had one of the icons on the Be Live taking space. The anchor is about further security and feeling stable in those stormier moments. It's allowing us to hook up to that chain willingly and with the ability to hold our strength in what might seem a bit choppier, stormier type of a waters. So even if things are going a bit awry around you and feels like it's chaos in your home space, certainly feel that sense of putting down your anchor so that you can ground yourself in what might be situations that are a bit ticklish, or whether there does seem to be just chaos through the house after a weekend. Start to just do one thing at a time and tidy up if that's what it needs. The old traditional Monday washing day after a weekend that I remember as a child, and it did involve the copper of hot water and the old-fashioned washing machine that used to walk across the floor because it would wobble, with the mangle on top, and winding clothes through that to get them wrung out to put in the rinsing tub, which was actually a concrete trough type thing. All those things that come back to memory as I'm looking at this card, grounding ourselves in that is known. Sometimes our memories bring to us that is a technique that we can use to help calm and move forward. The knowledge that is even our inner knowing. Tap into that, because we do know that's where that other end of the chain is anchored, really is in ourselves. So move with that in our home space, that we can feel that calmness, the serenity, the time to breathe, readiness for that next step, and just move through the waters one chug at a time, if it's a boat or if it's your oars or whatever way that you're moving through it. Definitely know that we are able to do this, to get through today. It sometimes is hard to get back into the rhythm of what is a Monday, a start of a work week, all of that. And Sandra, looks like you're going to have to pull out your weeds. I like that. I presume that is the reference to the home space. Weeds can be just as attractive. They are a plant. They have their flowers, they have their seeds, and they have their beauty as well. It depends on whichever way you look at it, whether it's just a plant in the wrong place, as my dad used to say, that's all a weed is, a plant in the wrong place. But we can leave it there to continue its beauty and share with others. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't, in my view. Now, as we're going into our home space, into our workspace, we've got the snake. Now, it wasn't too long ago where we had this as well in the same place. I think it is really bringing in that is your fruitfulness in your workspace, that you have done a lot of work and it is showing in that fruit. I love that. Thank you, Sandra, for the gorgeous laugh. Pull out the grass, rephrasing it, or bale it later. I like this one too, the comment to bale it later. Yes, you do. When you're doing hay, you do need to remember that you've got to let it dry out a tad before rolling it into its bale, or gathering it together in its compressed state. All very interesting. And yes, here we are going to gather our fruit together as well at some point. It's not quite yet. It's at that stage where guarding the location of it, probably guarding that is that hoard. Now, it's not a hoard as if a treasure and you're hiding it from everyone else. It's just waiting for the right time for it to be at its most juicy, at its ripest, and then it will be let free to be shared in whatever way it needs to be in the workspace. So if you're still working on those projects, still protect that information. It's almost like the way that we've got artificial intelligence in every nook and cranny of how interaction online is, and the search functions and all sorts of places and spaces. There are still ways and means that you can still protect what you have in your intellectual property. All of that type of thing. Be aware, be careful. There are those snakes in the grass types that are trying to get what is not theirs by other means. just have an awareness around that, because nearly all business is hooked into the system of the internet and all of that is, interconnected. It is. And it's not quite like the interaction we ourselves have as humanity with our essence of spirit and how we share. It's not quite the same, but it's almost getting to that point. So we do still need to have that ability, practice it, of keeping our eyes open and all our senses open for what is happening around us, so that we don't have things stolen from us, that when it's the right time, that we choose to give that information, to give these products out, to sell something new or whatever it is, that it is in that perfect timing, that is at your instigation, not because someone else is sneaking behind and nicking off with what's good property that's not theirs, type of thing. The thieves around. It's this connection I'm feeling that is with this home space, like the house, that is that secure feeling of being at home. I think it really is tucking it into bed and letting it have its moment of security. We've got the security happening. We are being instructed to make sure it is happening, so to have that awareness, to really start, it's not with the thought, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts together. I don't need the cards for this one. I think it really is delving into that inner self and trusting ourselves in how we've come to be, who we are, where we are right now, and really opening up to what other lessons we're needing to learn to continue onward with the who we are, where we are, how we've got here and all the rest. But with that, opening more of our awareness to how others do live and perceive and act and behave, all of that brings in that interaction of, characters and people's different ways of acting, reacting and behaving and all of that. Because we can only see it from our own perspective, we need to be opening up more and more to the understanding of other footprints in the sand, so to speak, and other influences that are around us that we haven't always been able to acknowledge because we've not been aware of it. So it is opening up more to having that awareness and learning from it, not necessarily having to do anything about it all, but it brings in that greater understanding that we ourselves, for ourselves, can learn more with that understanding of how we probably might need to change some of our own beliefs and our own actions or reactions. Some things are in our control, some things aren't. It's just being open and aware all the time in a loving energy, in that unconditional love. Just know that each of us has a different journey, and I love those hearts. Thank you so much, Fiona. So in loving kindness, compassion, understanding, move through your day as the best you that you can be, okay? That's what I'm getting from the cards. So thank you so much. Very useful information you've provided today as usual, Roz, from Sandra. Thank you for that. We are all guided in ways that we sometimes don't have an awareness of. So open yourself up to spirit awareness, your awareness of your connection with spirit too, of when you do get these messages that just pop into your head, or you see you hear words of someone else's conversation sometimes that really is meaningful for you. It's so many different ways that we can pick up what we learn from spirit and other people, because that's the how and the who they use it through as well. We are here to connect with people and our creatures, our little fur babies and everything. The energy, isn't it wonderful? A great buzz. I'm going to leave it there. Keep being the best you that you can be. And until tomorrow, namaste.